Hello and namaste, my beautiful friends. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. I'd like to welcome you to the month of April and your planetary energy forecast for the week of April the 1st, 2024. Now, April is a huge month, and I know you're going to shake your head and say, Jill, you tell me this every time. But of all the months out of the year, this is one of the most amplified and intense few weeks. It really is a lot of astrology packed into basically three areas of your life. Now, when we look at the astrological wheel, it's like a pie. You lay down on a blanket, look at the sky. Astrologers divide that pie into 12 slices, 12 areas of life. Well, at this moment, three of those areas are jammed packed with planets. And those are the areas of life that have Pisces energy, which is the end of the zodiac, Aries energy, which is the initiating part of the zodiac, and Taurus, which has to do with money, resources, and the land. Now, these energies are packed together, and when planets touch each other, astrologers call that a conjunction. And that just means that the energy is highly focused, but also that each of the energies can't operate separately. They have to figure out how they're going to merge together. Now, one way to look at this is to think of the slower moving planet typically having the upper hand. But we also need to look at what sign they're in, because some planets love being in certain signs. For example, Neptune is in Pisces and loves to be in that energy. But Mars is also in Pisces and does not particularly function well, okay? So we have to understand who's more comfortable in that area of life and who isn't, and then understand how they interact with our chart. So as we dive into the month, I want you to understand, first of all, that Mercury retrogrades. It stations, pauses at 27 Aries, and begins to travel backwards through the sky. So there's something in the Aries area of life for you that you're going to have to rethink, repair, or redo. Now remember, the shadows started back in March, but the actual station, when the planet appears to pause in the sky, that creates a little bit of a timestamp. And so you'll pay attention to the first. It's April Fool's Day here in the United States, where often jokes are played. It will definitely feel a little erratic, all right? Now, as we wade through the rest of the week, we have a connection between Neptune in Pisces and Venus in Pisces. They're going to merge together. Now, both of these planets really love to be in this sign, and their exact meeting is on the 3rd at 28 Pisces, if you know your chart. And so this is a very romantic and inspired energy, a very creative energy. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, you could go to excess. You could be confused if someone pops into your life at this time. Just make sure that you're not romanticizing them or idealizing them. Or it could also be things related to money or finances that you don't have all the information. You know, money, finances, earth plane types of things, the physical material reality has a lot of energy focused there this month, because we're going to have the meeting of Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. And so you can't discount that energy is building. Even though they're not within the 3-degree range as we start the month, they're still close to each other, and they're both still in that area of life that has to do with property, currency, food, even weather patterns and the earth herself. So, you know, with this Neptune and Venus, you might be over here thinking, oh, and then, you know, there's this going on over here. So just don't go to extremes, all right? That's something to pay attention to. Now, we also have a meeting in a karmic, cosmic meeting of the sun in Aries with the north node in Aries. And so both of those symbols are standing across the sky from the south node in Libra. These are karmic conversations, potentially trying to find a balance, trying to come to wholeness, trying to understand your individual nature, your drives and desires, what you're trying to achieve, what you want, who you want to be with. All of these things are coming together. And it's very much an amplification of the same energy that you would have experienced back in 2005, if you want to look at some of the karmic events that may have happened then related to you as an individual and how you partner with others. This is something that we're going to be looking at throughout the rest of the week. Then on the 5th, Venus will move into Aries very late. It's right at midnight. And once Venus moves into Aries, this is a different energy. It's not that dreamy Pisces energy. It's a very desire nature, a little more of an aggressive Venusian vibe. And again, adds to the pileup of planets in Aries. So then we'll have Venus in Aries, Sun in Aries, North Node in Aries, Chiron in Aries. And I'll also be bringing up, as we move through the month, Eris. Eris is an asteroid or a dwarf planet, but she is the goddess of strife and discord, the sister of Mars, and she is going to be active this month as well. So pay attention to that kind of warrior goddess energy that you might be sensing and feeling. Now, after Venus moves into Aries, she's going to pick up a really nice connection to Pluto. So this is a positive aspect, and this could be really great for technological advancements, or even if you are desiring to make changes in your life, this could really support that in some way. So pretty interesting week coming up. Now, we cannot talk about this week without peeking forward to next week, because Monday, the 8th of April, is the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. And that solar eclipse is precise to the degree and minute in a conjunction, a meeting with Chiron. So Chiron being that about us that we feel is damaged or is not whole or doesn't fit in, who feels broken or wounded, and also has the strength to heal and help others. Well, that coming together with a powerful solar eclipse could be a wonderful opportunity for healing and hope. It could also be a fresh wound administered in some way. So we're going to keep an eye on that Monday energy, and I'll talk more about that in next week's forecast. But I want you not to overschedule your life as we lead up to that eclipse and after, because it will take time for integration and understanding, especially if you have planets and points in the cardinal signs anywhere around 19 degrees. Okay. And I almost forgot to tell you how to high vibe, how to work with the light of this week, and how to avoid the shadow or lower vibrational energies this week. And so number one for high vibe, I would say identify patterns and work with them. Really see if there are karmic patterns surfacing, things that happened before that you need to work with or manage so that you don't fall into those holes, right? It's often when we get tired, overwhelmed, there's a lot happening, we have to make quickly these major decisions in life, and we fall into the old patterns. So identify those patterns and work with them. Maybe you tend to speak too quickly and you need to just take a deep breath. Maybe you tend to lash out in anger. That could really be amplified with all this Aries energy. And so instead, take a deep breath. So work with the karmic patterns and dismantle the ones that are not positive, okay? The number two thing is to be romantic, passionate, creative. The beautiful Neptune Venus energy, right? In Pisces, yeah, that's some yummy energy that can be used for some really beautiful, maybe even romantic times with someone that you love. And then finally, initiative to heal. When you realize what the hurt is, okay, you've got to do something about it. Now, not everybody has time, money, or resources to do talk therapy, but there are still ways, cathartic ways to initiate healing, whether it's journaling, whether it's pulling a card, whether it's talking it out with a friend, whether it's cutting the cord on someone who's drawn energy from you, or maybe someone you need to forgive. Take that initiative to heal. It will be rewarded with that Chiron and Aries energy. And that is going to be really in play throughout the rest of the month. And it's really going to expose those wounded places. So take the initiative. Now, the three shadows to avoid for this week: excess. Okay, that Jupiter getting close to Uranus and Taurus, like excess anything. Like, I used to know somebody who would say, I may have said this before on here, everything to excess, moderation is for monks. But seriously, avoid excess of anything. Number two, impatience. All that Aries energy, it tends to be kind of impatient. So slow down, cultivate the wonderful, compassionate, patient energy of just slowing down a little bit. I was just saying to my husband this morning, I need to be doing my legs up the wall more because that slows your heart rate down and brings your breathing down and just cycles everything down, so that when things feel frantic or you're just anxiously trying to do things, you'll slow down a bit. Impatience is not going to work when Mercury is retrograde in Aries, friends. It's just not. So don't be impatient. And finally, the last one, be change adept. Like, avoid being one of those people that is stuck in a rut. the new world is here. Its new world is coming. This year is the tipping point, and next year you won't even recognize life. All right, things are going to change. Now, people might be like, "Ooh, that sounds scary," or "Is that good or is it bad?" It's just change, okay? And that's all anything is. So, be adept at change. Kriyananda used to say, adapt. What was it? I'm just missing it. Something like adapt, acclimatize. Be, change, adapt. You have to be able to do this, and you have to stay nimble this whole month because of the number of transits that are happening. You have to stay nimble. All right. So be, change, adapt. All right, my beautiful friends, let's check out what's going on in the tarot. A couple quick announcements. I have a whole monthly forecast on the Odyssey, the platform YouTube, so you might want to check that out. I'm collaborating. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm collaborating with my dear friend Ann Bayford on Odyssey, the platform, on the 3rd of April for a free hour-long session. We're going to look at Q2 astrology. I'm going to look at the astrology, and she's going to tap in with her angels and guides to see what they have to say about how we can prepare and move through this next quarter of the year skillfully. So hop on the Odyssey, the platform website to sign up for that. And I am at about maximum for my membership for monthly members who have the full reading. They get a full astrology reading and a tarot reading each month. But I'm running out of client spaces there. So if you'd like to commit to that, hop on the website soon. All right. Thank you for your support. Comment if this was helpful for you. Hopefully the sound is better. I've invested in a new microphone. So thank you for your patience. And I'll see you in the tarot. Namaste. Hello, my beautiful friends. Let's take a look at the Isis Lotus Tarot spread for the week of April the 1st, 2024. The launch of a really, interesting month. A lot going on. A lot of karmic twists and turns. It's a Mercury retrograde week. Always a good time, right? It's a lovely Venus-Neptune week. It's a karmic Aries week. So, Isis Lotus spread for the collective. Thank you, everyone who joined me on my free Odyssey, the platform tarot. We had a good time. I really enjoyed that. All right, here we go. So the basic influence of the past. This is the first card, and that is, I have two cards. The Three of Cups and the High Priestess, right? So there's reasons to celebrate, but also spiritual guidance somehow bringing us into this phase of life. Now, you are Seven of Pentacles. You are paying attention to the future. You are thinking long term. You are wondering, wow, okay, yeah, things are good now, but what am I doing about later? What seeds am I planting? The environment is Eight of Wands. Things happening quickly, changing rapidly. As I mentioned, you must be change adept at these times. As these four cards come together, which are normally only three, but they come together and create the Queen of Pentacles. You need to be practical. You need to pay attention to basics, food, resources, money. All right, stay grounded. She's lucky though. That's good. Think about that, Jupiter in Taurus energy. All right, the fifth card is the key card, the core of the future. And this is the Page of Wands, wanting to start something new. The opposing forces, we've got the King of Pentacles, right? So, the Queen of Pentacles is the culmination. So the King takes charge. He's a little bit more assertive. He's a little bit more directing of the energy. On the other side of the Page of Wands, we have the Three of Wands. So I would say King of Pentacles energy is more decisive decision making. This is more like you're already started. You're already moving in a certain direction, right? Now, the near future detail card is the Sun. So this is excellent. So it's a reminder to be you. It's a reminder to use your skills and talents. I have this course called Life Transformation, and one of the journaling questions is, how do you take the things that you're good at, your positive skills and abilities, the things that you that you excel at, and how do you use those to meet the challenges that you have, to help you with the things that you're not good at. And the sun is like saying, look, remember, you were made for this, and you can do it. Now, the modifiers are, on the King of Pentacles side, Three of Swords, some difficult emotions, potential worry. On the Three of Wands side, we have the Page of Pentacles, another kind of idea-oriented card, but this is more the spark of the idea. Now, over on the King of Pentacles side, we have the Three of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Swords. So you take charge, you make a decision, you're like, yep, this is what I'm going to do, and I need to be me, and I need to take charge, and I am who I am, and this is what I want to do. Oh, there's some tricky emotions, and then there's an ending that leads to a beginning. On the other side, you've got the Three of Wands, right? You're moving forward, you're embracing your skills and abilities, you have this new idea, and yet Five of Wands, there's a conflict. This could be internal or external to you. I don't know how anybody's going to avoid conflict right now with all this Aries energy. I mean, people are just going to be argumentative. On the King of Pentacles side, it is suggesting temperance, moderation, balance, slow it down. On the Three of Wands side, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, starting new, a new beginning, initiating something practical, something resource-based. On the King of Pentacles side, paired with temperance, we have the Empress, the birthing of something. This is Venusian energy. And of course, she is merging with Neptune this week. And then moving into Aries. And so it's almost like let your conscious be your guide, and also live, work, and play in alignment with your moral code, what is valuable to you, what means something to you, and create the thing that you want. It's almost like I was just telling a client this week, like sometimes you have to make the thing that you want. It's like, wow, why doesn't somebody have, this group of people, or why doesn't somebody have this particular business or whatever? Sometimes you have to be the initiator. Now, over on the Three of Wands side, paired with Ace of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups, which suggests paying attention to the good things. Look at what's positive. Don't be so hyper-focused on the negatives, on the things that aren't going the way you want them to. Try to really focus on the positive. All right, so very distinctly different, I would say. We start out with this lovely idea and maybe this feeling of spiritual connection. We're thinking about the future. Something changes rapidly, and we realize we have to step in and deal with practical earthly things. We decide we want to initiate, make a change, do something. We have an idea. On the one side, we can approach this practically, kind of make a pronouncement about it. And then there will be some endings in order to kind of embrace this new pathway that you're taking. On the other side, you're already moving in that direction. And as you're moving in that direction, a new idea takes hold. It's a new opportunity, but you feel a little conflicted about it. I believe you'll think it through. You'll start it. But you have to realize, don't focus on what's not worked out before. Focus on what's working out now. All right, we're eclipsing, darlings. You can do this. Have a great week.